going to volunteer at the bookstore for my church. But first I kind of want to stop and get something to eat. I'm a little hungry, but I do have a drink and I have some Cheez-Its, but it's not going to sustain your girl, so I might just go get some, just get something real quick to eat, because I'm actually already kind of running late. Well, not late, but I'm close to being on time. Okay, so this morning I went to, ooh, that was a bug. What is that? Okay. This morning I went to a Bible study, and it was great. I loved it. The word was really good and everything. That being said, I'm still struggling, y'all. I'm still struggling to fight this feeling that I have after getting together with people. I just feel very really sad and kind of drained and just really down, and I don't really want to go and volunteer today. I kind of forgot that I signed up to volunteer for today, but I did get to come home for a second, which was good. I think that does me a lot of good when I can just come home and chill for a second, and I don't have to immediately go and be around these people. Well, not these people, but just be around people in general. I got some kind of a breather from being around people. But yeah, so I want to talk about how people have talked about it before, but it just is really hard to know how to make friends as an adult, especially when you weren't really great at that even as a kid. I definitely was not someone that had a lot of friends. I always usually just had one person that I would stick to constantly, and then out of the blue it seemed like our friendship would die off, or we would get into some kind of fight or something, and then we wouldn't be friends, and then out of nowhere I'd find somebody else, and I just always had one staple friend, and I kind of had that for a long time, but it was this one specific person who is now no longer in my life, and I just now have come to realize how unsustainable that is, having just one person to be your friend. People are busy and they have lives, and they can't just always be there for you, which I feel honestly I can be a high maintenance friend where I kind of need you to be I need you to be a friend. And that's not to say that I don't put that same energy in, because I do. If we're friends and you need something, you need me to go and be with you, or you need me to go and help you, or you need me to do something, I will go and do that for you. I'll do anything for you, just about everything. Don't get crazy, but I'll do just about anything for you if you're my friend. And I just kind of need someone who will do that too, because I feel I get into these friendships a lot of the time where I'm putting in so much, and they're not putting in hardly anything, and then I get burnt out, or I get exhausted, and then that's where some of the fighting comes in, where I'm just I'm not gonna be doing this with you all the time. If you're not going to put in any kind of energy, then, or not energy, but if you're not gonna put any kind of effort into this friendship, then what are we doing here, And but I also feel there's times where I can be a really, really low maintenance friend, where we're not gonna talk at all until you text me, because I don't know, if you can't be bothered, I'm not gonna bother you. I don't know, it's just one of those things. I'm sorry, I feel like my blush is like, I don't know, it just looks weird. Yeah, so I also struggle a lot because I'm not someone who can just like go up to anybody and start talking. Like, I have to like sit there and kind of like rehearse what I'm gonna say, think about it, think about what your responses could be, if you're gonna respond well to me, if you're not gonna respond well to me. If I've seen you respond to somebody in a certain way, then I'll think like, okay, maybe that's how they're gonna respond to me, but I'm not sure. And then it's the actual like getting up the guts to go up to somebody and be like, hey, how are you? I'm also very like, I'm not good at small talk. I'm anti small talk. Like, I actually hate it, y'all. I hate small talk so bad. It's just so annoying. And I don't like that. And so it's hard for me to go up and try to make small talk, because really to like start off a conversation, like you kind of need the small talk, you know? Like, you need to be like, hi, how are you? Well, how are you is not really a small talk topic, but like but most people use it as like a small talk topic. Like, hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? You know, like you kind of need to do that whole thing, but then like knowing where to take the conversation. Like, I feel like I need a social skills class, because I'm just not good at like being social. I'm really not, and it's like low-key kind of embarrassing. But it's also like at the same time, it's just like irritating that I feel that way, because I don't want to feel that way. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, I hate it. And it's so like apparent, and it's just so obvious whenever I am in these social situations that like I'm horrible at this, that I'm horrible at conversation, I'm horrible at all these things. And I don't know if it's like my face or like my body language or something, but like nobody ever comes up to me either, you know? So like nobody comes up to me, nobody's like, hey, how are you? Or like trying to talk to me or anything. Like, everybody just talks to everybody else. And then if I sit there long enough and don't move, then maybe they'll come and talk to me, you know? And that's hard for me, because it kind of makes me feel like, well, how come everybody else is going up to everybody else, but nobody's coming up to me? Like, I don't really understand that. So, I don't know. It's always been like that for me in social situations, where like most of the time, the people will not, like, nobody will come up and talk to me. Nobody will say like, hey, how are you doing? Nobody does any of that. It's just me sitting there by myself, you know? And so then I'll like get on my phone or whatever, and then people are always like, why are you always on your phone? That's why nobody talks to you. And I'm like, no, like, I got on my phone because nobody was talking to me, and I don't know how to go up and start conversations. And not only do I not know how to go and start conversations, it scares me to be the one to initiate a conversation, because what if that person doesn't like me? Like, what if that's the reason that they're not talking to me? They don't like me, or they just don't care to talk to me. Like, there has to be a reason, right? Like, people aren't talking to me. I don't know. And sorry, I thought I saw something in my teeth. And so I just, yeah, it's just a lot, and it really is like kind of overwhelming to always be in that. But like, if I don't push myself to go to these Bible studies and stuff, like, I'm never going to make friends, you know? And so it's like a double-edged sword. It's really frustrating.
Is he familiar? Because I've pictured his. Is he familiar.
What's up, you guys? It is about 7 o'clock. I just finished cutting my mom's hair because she asked me to do that for her birthday a while back. So I just finished doing that, and now that I'm like up, I don't want to sit back down and start watching Love is Blind because I know I won't get back up. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning my room, clean my bathroom and everything, and go from there. So this is the current situation of my room. Not that bad, not great either. I do need to clean my bathroom as well, but I'm not really gonna show you guys that because that's kind of disgusting. So yeah, I'm just gonna get going on cleaning up.